Water signs, my fluid water signs. How are you? Welcome to Empress Energy 333. Something just told me, as we're approaching these holidays, I just got a little birdie in my ear saying, you know what? You need to do a collective read about some of the stress and anxiety people might be experiencing as they anticipate possibly going home for holidays, maybe being around people that ruffle your feathers a little bit. Because, although, I enjoy the holidays like everybody else, but it does have its stressful points, and sometimes you are forced to be, in rooms, breaking bread, catching up with people that, frankly, you rather not, whether that be friends, family. Sometimes those are the most complicated. But anyhow, I just wanted to do a quick read and, just give some insight and instill a little hope and wisdom so that hopefully we can lessen some of that anxiety. Water signs, you guys are, known for being, just fluid and kind of going with the flow. And, I think that you guys might be some of the ones who can navigate these situations best. But I'm just going to do a quick pull and see what we get. Okay? I thank you for visiting my channel. I invite you, if you enjoy this freemium, if you're here watching this freemium, the way you can support is by pushing like, or better yet, subscribe. So I urge you to do that. Woo! Okay. All right. Hold up, water sign. Wait a minute. Because I'm seeing that Ten of Swords, and I really want to know what that means. Now, I didn't plan to do any lengthy clarifying or anything on this read. However, I don't know. We'll see what the cards tell us. It might be in order. Okay, water sign. So, Ten of Swords. I'm feeling like, and it's not going to apply to everybody because it's a collective read. It's even more collective than when I go sign by sign. I'm doing elements today. So, it's not going to apply to everybody, but I feel like some of you will be facing someone you fell out with over the holidays. There's a possibility of that. Now, you always have a choice whether to, or not, or whatever. Some of y'all might not have a choice. It might be your mama or your sister you fell out with, or your dad. I don't know. But there's something here. Somebody's feeling betrayed. Somebody's feeling like they were stabbed in the back. Shoot, these people bold out here. Maybe you were stabbed in the front. I don't know. But, that card concerns me when I pull it. Only because I don't like to feel like, my viewers are in pain in any way behind, some nefarious behaviors toward them. Now, I did pull the Two of Cups. I feel like if you choose to go home, or even if you're staying where you are, I think these holidays might either bring about a love opportunity, or, Two of Cups doesn't always have to be about love. It could just be a certain symmetry to things. It could mean you meet up with, you link up with a business partner where you both are on the same page and there's limited static between you. And, you don't disagree much and you're often on the same page. It could mean, being a little less worried about something. Shoot, heck, this Ten of Swords, for some of y'all, I'm feeling like this could be something that happened when you was like 6. Your sister broke your baby doll and you still holding it against her, and that's why y'all don't get along. This might be an invitation to let some of that stuff go and just have fun on your holiday, man. Might be that. Next you got the Three of Wands. And, this card, to me, it spells possibilities, man. You might be feeling a little bit of anxiety around these holidays, but, this is your reminder to just, I guess be grateful, be thankful. Sometimes you need to take a little bit of time to reflect because, when you go, and this is for my people that are traveling home for the holidays, you could be a full-grown adult with bills, a mortgage, a dog, a job, a career, a business. You go home for Christmas and you go stand in your room that's just the way you left it. And you're right back in that, in that child thing again. Take an opportunity. I would invite you to take an opportunity to sit and reflect on how far you've come. Okay? Sometimes going home, it could be, you feel a little bit like a shrinking violet. Like you're, especially for all you guys out there that are youngest siblings, you might be a boss where you are now, and then you get back in the family home and you just feel like, the bottom of the totem pole, and everybody's still treating you like the baby. Take some time to really assess where you are and walk in that. You see this guy, yeah, I always hear that he's looking out at the ocean, and those ships out on the water, those are his ships, and he's just observing everything he's built. So it's a time of reflection. Don't go home being no shrinking violet. Sure, you might be the baby sibling, but you're the baby sibling out here doing things. So walk in what you've created, the adult life that you've created outside of that. That's for my people that might, just feel a little bit insecure when they go home, or, they're dredging up old feelings, old grudges, old family and friend stuff. Quit carrying that burden. You got the 9 of Wands. This dude looks like he has been through the ringer. And he looks like he might need to take a rest. I don't know. Some of y'all don't need to go home for the holidays. I'm just going to come on right out and say it. Now, don't be just telling your mama to come over here and saying it was my idea for you to go on vacation instead of go home for Christmas. Don't do that, because it's ultimately your choice. Free will is at work here. But some of you, this year might have beat you up pretty bad. It might be time for you, to book your next vacation, and that could be over the holidays, or it could be after the new year. But make sure, I was told, if it's feasible, of course, if you're able to, try to get something on the calendar that you can look forward to, especially if the holidays stress you out and you are going home and you kind of don't want to, but you might need some time after that to, you might need to heal. All right. Okay. It's funny because as I do these holiday stress and holiday anxiety reads, I always get a card that signifies a celebration. With my earth signs, I got the 3 of Cups, and with this one, I got the 4 of Wands. I always look at this picture, it looks like 2 people getting married. If they're not getting married, they're celebrating something, right? And then the wands represent a certain symmetry, kind of like how I said the 2 of Cups did. So I'm sort of feeling like some of you don't need to be as anxious as you're feeling right now. You might travel home or do whatever you do for the holidays. Maybe everybody's coming to your place, but I'm feeling like you don't need to be as worried as you're feeling right now. Just, take this as an opportunity to nurture the relationships, that are important to you, and just have fun with it, 4 of Cups. And with context to holiday stress and anxiety, I'm feeling like you might be lamenting a little bit over existing things and over the past, when the divine is trying to give you something and you're so busy looking behind, looking down, looking everywhere but in front of you, that you can't see the gift being handed to you. So for those of you who already have your trip booked, who are flying home and feeling trepidation and stuff, I'm being called to tell you to, or remind you to just be thankful and grateful. I don't know. I'm sort of getting a signal to kind of shut up about this card, but Thanksgiving is coming, and if no other card says be thankful, it's this 4 of Cups. Like, look up, look ahead of you. You're being gifted, okay? So just be grateful and thankful for everything that you have, and try not to let the small stuff cloud your vision with regard to that. Next, you got the Queen of Cups. Now, with regard to anxiety about going home and celebrating the holidays with your family, Queen of Cups is the flagship card of like nurturing, whether that's yourself or nurturing other people. And I think within this pull, it just means, nurturing, again, nurturing those relationships, looking at the positive things about being home, reconnecting with people after this long period of not seeing each other for so long. Some of you might not have seen your family since, 2019, because it's like right after the holidays, March 2020, everybody was locked down, and we're still we're still in that. People are just now starting to travel again. So if this is your chance to get home and see your people, really, really, be deliberate and, just take the time to nurture those relationships, It's an opportunity to do that. Two of Wands. This guy has the world in his hand. This is another, to me, the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands are sort of related because they both spark feelings to me of like just possibilities and making the best of something. This guy, he looks like he has the world in his hand. He's holding one wand for support, and then he's got the other one there in case he needs it. And to me, it's just remembering the power that you have over yourself, knowing that you can manifest what you want out of any situation. So if you're going home and you're feeling anxiety, tap into what that Two of Wands card represents. And it basically means you have a choice. And I also like to remind you too, I'm doing these reads about traveling home and all this stuff. In the forefront of my mind is the people who are already traveling home, and they're just, already have the plan set, and they're just anxious about interactions with people that they may not really want to interact with. I think Spirit is reminding you that you have a choice. You could go home or you could not go home. So if you feel like you need to spend the holidays in solitude, that Two of Wands is reminding you that you always have that choice. I don't know what it is, and I'm speaking specifically now to people whose parents kind of still hold some strong dominion over their lives. It could be parents, or it could be like your whole family just applying that pressure, like, you coming home, right? I feel like the Two of Wands is reminding you that it's ultimately your choice. And I say all this to the people that might be walking into a situation that could go left and they're nervous about it. But I also like to remind you that you don't have to go anywhere where you don't want to go. If you truly feel that it wouldn't be good for your mental health, your physical health, or whatever, to travel home at this time, if the holidays stress you out, there is absolutely nothing wrong with just staying home or taking a vacation or doing whatever it is that you want to do on the holidays, okay? And then lastly, you got the moon. And the moon is just a reminder, of, it illuminates what's been hidden, bringing it into the light, and asking you to listen to your intuitive messages. That's what I got out of my little book that I use, because I'm long-winded, and sometimes I like to use my favorite tarot book to just do that bulleted point, explanation of the meanings. Very interesting that the moon came out right after this Two of Wands about listening to your intuition. That will be the most important thing to have in your back pocket if you are feeling anxiety about these holidays. Listen to yourself. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If your body's telling you no, don't say yes, okay? If you don't want to go to a certain gathering or a certain party, or if you don't want to host this or that, please listen to yourself, because you will drive yourself into a world of hurt if you really don't want to host a party and you end up with 30 people up in your house, and you gotta, you do whatever you do to prepare for a party. You might, be spending more money than you want, or you might be in the kitchen slaving over a meal that you don't want to cook. Please listen to your intuition. If it's something you don't want to do, don't do it. If it's something you do want to do, do it. If you're dealing with people who conversations always go left when you talk to those people, use your noodle and either diffuse those situations if you encounter those people and you're unable to remove yourself, you can diffuse. Like I told the earth signs, you had that family member that they haven't seen you in months, and the first thing they want to do is mention your weight, ask you about your boyfriend or your girlfriend, ask you when you're having kids, you know, there's a way to turn that conversation and say, hey, well, that's enough about me, how are you doing? And watch them either start talking about themselves and leave you alone, or just totally exit the situation because they wanted to focus in on you and your flaws and not their own. Okay, so that's a little trick I always have in my back pocket. You know, turn it toward them. I think there's actually like a verse or something, I think it's in the Bible, that says um it's some, I don't know why I tried to reference a Bible verse, but it's something with regard to people who are being problematic. Just be easy with them, you know, just, you know, whatever. If they got a question, you know, answer. You ain't got to tell all your business, but just, you know, you don't have, the basic gist of it is you don't have to get into it with them, you know. So I guess the basic gist of this entire pull, water signs, is to do what comes naturally to you, which is flow. And that's how I want to close out all these readings by element. Do what it is that it is your fundamental thing. For you water signs is to go with the flow. Earth sign is those grounding techniques and staying grounded. The air signs, again, they're sort of like y'all. They can just flow through stuff. And for those fire signs, if you got to get snappy with somebody, if you got to burn a bridge, you do it. Anyhow, earth signs, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I thank you for listening to this read. I thank you for finding my channel. I thank you for pushing like if you have, and listening to me for this long. I'm talking to you as if you're not going to hear from me again until after January 1st. That's not true. But, you know, but by virtue of this being a read about holiday anxiety, I just want to wish you the most joyous of holidays. I hope it goes really well for you, and all the best. Safe travels and all that. Happy everything, merry everything. All right, bye guys.